sorry I was interrupted. Not sure what happened there. It's better not to have that light in my eyes anyway. Like I said, there were different reactions to Kalniki massacres, to Tachvatat, and one of the most beautiful and holy and inspiring reactions, as I mentioned, was the Tosus Yontiv. Yontiv Liebman Heller, who composed a Mishaberach, a prayer, a blessing, to wish the blessing unto the people who don't talk in shul. Now, instead of saying a curse on those who do talk in shul, he said a blessing on those who don't talk in shul. You realize what that means. You realize that that's positive reinforcement. Accomplishes so much. Certainly, Rabbi say Tov. Yes, we have to have both. But the power of positive reinforcement, and how that could be a reaction after such horror, such bloodshed, such despair, such evil, is not to answer back with cursing and with anger, but with love and blessing. Think about that. And I remember a shul I used to attend with a rather, a mixed crowd, and it had a reputation that you could get away with talking in the shul. And the president of the shul, his son was a lawyer. He passed away at a young age. It was a tremendous misfortune for the parents and for the children of Nifter. I remember the funeral, tremendous funeral. The whole community came. Probably thousands of people. Likuzma. And big rabbis were there and so forth. And I remember that funeral. There was at the funeral home. It was a big funeral home, and at the funeral home, there was another funeral. It was supposed to take place right after that one, and family, they were saying goodbye to their grandmother, and they weren't crying, and yet a whole community came out, and they were crying, and you heard them, talking on the phone, when is this going to be over already, it's our turn, and they said, they were on the phone, they said, some big rabbi died, and then they went and they asked one of the people there, and they said, who was the rabbi? They said, no, it wasn't the rabbi, saw this. They said, no, it wasn't a rabbi. It was a lawyer, just someone from the community. So all these black hats, they all came out, and it wasn't even a rabbi, It shows who the community is, I remember I saw Pesach Kron there at the Levaya standing in the back, and I should tell him that story because that took place up front. Maybe someone will send this to him, I don't know. Rabbi Pesach Kron, I'm sorry. But I know he likes stories, and I think that's a meaningful story because it shows what the community is, and how we care about each other and so forth. And I remember the Rav of the shul getting up shortly after this horrible tragedy, and he said, I think maybe it was the Shabbos Shuv or Shabbos Hagadol, I don't remember. He's a Rav who doesn't speak every Shabbos morning. He speaks for Shalosh Shudas, maybe Friday night by a Tish, not by davening. And he said, look at said with all of that, there's another Rav not too far away who always shushes people in whatever. I don't want to say too much more details, but it's interesting. With that statement, I think he said more than the Rav who's always shushing the people. They're both wonderful tzaddikim and Talmidei Chachamim and incredible people. I admire and respect and love both of them very much. But just how you could see a different derech. And Tosfos Yontiv composed this Mishaberach, and how essentially it was positive words that the Rav said. He didn't say, "Look how bad we were before. Look how much better we are now." But the thing is, what did it take for us to get better? Why did we really have to go through this to get better? Is there any connection? Maybe yes, maybe no. It's really none of our business. And we should hope that Kodesh Baruch Hu have Rachmanis on all of us, no matter what, in every situation, because we need tremendous Rachmanis. We don't deserve even a small percentage of the chasadim, of the tremendous chesed and kindness that God does for us. We have to be so thankful to God and so humble. A friend of mine, he said, in Melamed Zchus, I'd like to be Melamed Zchus and people talking shul. Even though I know a lot of Rabbanim, they talk against it. But, a friend of mine, he says, why do we daven in the shul? Why do we get together? Because that's what makes a community. And, the love, the Habas Yisrael that we have. All right, meaning even a darach zel chazach v'yetzahara. What are we talking about already in shul? We're not saying lashon hara. We're not saying things we're not supposed to say. It's just the time and the place, but it's because we love each other. And so even the people talking shul, like we commission them in Shberach also, because the fact they're even coming to shul these days, it's not the days that Tosfos Yontiv when everybody went to shul. Even the frum people, it's a tremendous thing that you actually get up and go to shul, and even if you're talking in shul, I know there are different things. I'm not saying you should be talking in shul. I'm just saying, there's different approaches we can have, but this is what we have this tremendous day of Chaf Sivan, which I've made other videos in the past about it. I have to mail a letter. I don't know if I should leave the video running or not. I don't think it's kedai. So let's just all take a moment to pray and hope that God has mercy on us. We shouldn't need any type of suffering. No Kalniki massacres and no personal disasters. God should have Rachmanis on us, even though we don't deserve it, even though we're sinners. If we are humble before God, God will have mercy on us. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry to talk about sad issues. Please like, share, and subscribe, and maybe we'll stop talking in shul. Hopefully, let's hope so. But in a good way. With I remember what was his name? A very chashuv Rav, Rosh Hashiva, big tzaddik, and he was in Yerushalayim. I don't remember his name now. He said to us, he said, everything's bringing us closer to Mashiach, even all the suffering and everything, but we ask to be barachamim. We don't need the terrorists, we don't need these things to bring us back to God. It should be enough that God should bring us back barachamim with mercy. God should have mercy on all of us and send everything we need in a positive and happy and warm and holy and sweet way, with peace and love and goodness and kindness and everything good. Oy Shalom b'Maraim Ofu Brachim V'Yasa Shalom Aleinu Al Kol Yisrael B'Yom